In case you didn't know, we are going into our first ever King of the Nile KvK as 2268. And one thing about the King of the Nile that is different is that it is actually a pioneer KvK, meaning that they have done some changes to the map or changes to the gameplay, and we are going to be the test dummies of these changes. And if you go to the kingdom overview, you can't actually open up the map, like you can't actually see what the map looks like, but we did end up finding what the map is. Here you go, we can see the new map. I can't really compare and contrast it with the original map. It looks like the rune fights and all that kind of stuff is still there. That random zone with the one Huron still there for extra march speed, so there's still going to be a pass fight here. But what I saw from my kingdom is that they actually added passes before Kingsland. Now you might be asking what that means, because this is Helionopolis. I think this is the Kingsland of this KvK. The Great Zig is in the middle over here. And before, King of the Nile was seen as a farming KvK, or a KvK where you're not fighting as much, but because the main fights would actually just be in these level 10 passes, so you'd like farm up, you'd have some fights here, you have some fights here. There used to be this random zone in the middle that didn't really make any sense, and then you would go into Kingsland and fight it out from here. But Kingsland used to be really small, making Kingsland last for about, I think I've seen some King of the Nile Kingslands last for like 8 hours, 10 hours, so there was not that much fighting at all. But with these changes, with the level 7 passes over here, you can see that we actually get, but with these changes, as you can see with the level 8 passes over here, you can actually invade into other zones. So this is actually going to be our opponent, so we're going to be starting in this top left corner. I'll put up a map just in case for reference. So we're going to be fighting whoever's in this top bottom left corner. We're going to actually be able to go into their zones over here and start, invading them a little bit and maybe lock them out of Kingsland. So that's going to be super interesting. This pass 8 changes a lot of things, because you can't just sit around and wait until Kingsland, because your opponents have the opportunity to invade your zone and shut you out completely. There is also a pass 9. So it looks like we go it's this like straight, so then these two camps will be able to fight each other in pass 8. These two camps in this northeastern area will be able to fight each other during pass 8, and then these two camps in the bottom over here will be able to fight each other during pass 8s. And then to link everything together will be a pass 9. So for example, if we win against this bottom camp over here, and then our allies in the top right need help, we will be able to help them out by going through this pass 9 and counter invading and building support. So this actually makes KvK in King of the Nile less like a KvK 3 and more like an HA, where in Heroic Anthem you are able to circle around the map, you are able to do all this kind of stuff and kind of have like these fights that do matter before Kingsland happens. And the thing that's different about King of the Nile and HA is that there are just so many zones, so much territory to carpet. So if you wanted to deny your opponents from invading this zone over here, because this is going to be a free zone actually. So this is middle zone. Neither side can open up this zone before pass 8 opens, so it's going to be it's not going to be like a pass fight, it's going to be like a free-for-all, like you get fort drop, all that kind of stuff, which in my opinion is the most exciting type of gameplay. So that's going to be super interesting. And the thing is, these in-between zones, I didn't even notice this, there's actually a pass to Kingsland. So even if you get pass blocked in this pass 8, having this extra pass and getting this extra territory, this extra path into KL is such an advantageous thing to have. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 passes are passes that you have to fight over, which is a very interesting proposition. I'm actually pretty hyped for this KvK. I wish we were fighting people, like, no offense to who we're fighting, I don't really know any of the KDs, but I'm excited. I'm I don't really know any of the KDs, but they're pretty strong in terms of power. So hopefully that means that we will have a decent fight in our hands. So unfortunately, during the start of this KvK, I will be on vacation. I'll probably be posting this video in the middle of our vacation. For context, I'm recording right now during day one of Marauders, or day one of pre-KvK. But by the time we come back, I think that'll be the first semblance of fighting. I think one thing that's going to really determine how good the map is going to be the chronicles, the timings in between the different passes and such. I think that'll be really interesting to see, and only time will tell if this KvK is going to be like one of those really long drawn out fights between pass 8, 9, and 10, or if it's just going to be like a quick 2-day pass, such as pass 7 in HA. So only time can tell, but from the layout of the map, this is looking really promising. So anyways, just a quick video. I just wanted to, you know, bring this out here, just show you guys that you can see the new map. It is possible. I don't know how they put the markers here. I don't know how they found it, but it is possible to find the new map. And it looks really promising. But anyways, if you like Rise of Kingdoms content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, let me know what you think about this new KvK. If this, you know, brings Nile up there in terms of tier list, maybe I'll have to make a KvK tier list. I think that'll be a really good idea. I'll definitely be streaming this KvK once I get back, so be sure to subscribe for that, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.